Three of us were in the Vatican, and we were talking with a very elderly cardinal who asked us how we were getting along with the picture, the Sermon on the Mount. He was quite interested in what we were doing and told us that we would get a lot of information if we would take his card and go to the Louvre in Paris and ask for a certain man and ask to see Da Vinci's letters. This was a new lead for us, and we were on our way to Paris immediately. We went directly to the Louvre upon arrival, where every courtesy was shown us. Leonardo da Vinci's letters are all there today, and this can be proved. We have always felt that Da Vinci's painting was a portrayal of Jesus as he saw him. It has been proved today, and we have Da Vinci's letters proving this, that he saw the Christ in the face of the model he chose to sit for the portrait. He said the man was young, engaged to be married, and there was a beautiful light in his eyes. Da Vinci interpreted it as the Christ and painted the portrait as such. This was during the Renaissance period when long hair and the beard were the custom. We have never known Jesus to wear long hair and a beard and in robes. Many other people have, but there it is, written out in Da Vinci's own hand. 2 years later, the artist decided to paint a picture of Judas the betrayer. He searched for nearly 2 years looking for one he felt was despicable enough to portray the betrayer. Finally, one morning he was walking through the Apache quarter in Paris, and here in a little niche, all disheveled and in rags and down and out, was the man. He walked up to him and said, "I have painted a portrait of the Christ. Now I am looking for a man who will pose for me for the portrait of Judas the betrayer." The man looked up and said, "Sir, I posed for the Christ for you." It was exactly the same man. Da Vinci goes right on to describe in his letters how, had that man never betrayed the Christ, he never would have found him in the niche in the Apache quarter of Paris. He even goes so far as to say that when we use the word can't, we deny the Christ within. Today we can prove that every negative word that you use, you betray the Christ within yourself. Now, Da Vinci went right on to say that he never thought of portraying the countenance of Jesus the Christ, but he did see the Christ in that face. Leonardo da Vinci was a most remarkable man. He wrote many scientific articles that are very fine, yet they have never been published. You can only read them by going into a glass cage with 3 men watching you while you read them. They are very valuable. He was a very exceptional man, and he spoke of the Christ within all the time. He explains how wonderful it is to represent the Christ, to see the Christ in every face. When he was painting in the Vatican and the cardinals found him painting in the Then the cardinals found him asleep on the scaffold, and they called his attention to it. He said, "While I am asleep, I am doing more work than while I am awake." While sleeping, he saw everything right before him that he would paint, and in the exact colors he would bring out, and he would get up and put them down. He said, "Everything that I see is an exact resemblance, and the vibrations of that which I put on the wall are the vibrations that I pick up, and I can manifest those and bring them forth with perfect ease after I see them in my sleep." Now, the next part of this book is questions and answers. So I will say question answer after this. How do you select the events of the past? Answer. They are all in a certain band of frequency. Everything that you say, your voice and words, goes right into a band or vibratory frequency, and it goes on and on. Question. What is the best path to pursue to obtain illumination? Answer. The path is right within. Search ever deeper within yourself. Know that this great light belongs to you. That is all that is necessary. Question. Were you born in India? Answer. Yes, I was born in India, and my father was born there too. I attended preparatory school and later Calcutta University. Dr. Voss and his wife at that time had been there for 68 years. Question. Did Jesus and the disciples and other Bible characters really live in the flesh as we know it? Answer. Oh yes. We have a number of their lives through the camera of past events. Question. What did Jesus look like when you saw him? Answer. He is a man 6'2". If he were in this group tonight, you would recognize him for what he is, a man of the greatest attainment. Just as he looked upon everybody with the power to attain everything. And he did, and he always has. He is living today just the same as he always did. We photographed him exactly the same as we might photograph you. We have pictures of him walking arm in arm with Luther Burbank, with Dr. Norwood, and a number of others. Question. Are all of these great problems that afflict the minds of men completely overcome when we live the life of the Masters? Answer. Yes. Jesus' firm statement was that the truth makes you free. Question. How does man get rid of the idea of man not being God? Answer. By refusing to accept the negative statement. The statement, I am God, frees you from the negative statement that you are not God. It is better to state the truth than the untruth. Question. If you make the statement, I am God, and are unable to accept your unity, is it not a matter of blind faith? Answer. If you make it wholly on blind faith, you have made a separation and will fall short of the goal. It is far better to say, I can, and then go right on to I am. If you accept the I can't attitude, you have accepted a separation from God. Question. If man is God and God is spirit, where did the material body originate? Answer. As an hypnotic influence in the mind of man. It has no basis in fact. Man brought the material into existence. The mortal body is a hypnotic body, and when man wakes from that state, it will be to him as a nightmare. He wakes to dream no more. Now, on to the next chapter, which is called Know Thyself. Friends, we are going to take up here what has been shown and proved in over 60 years of research work. We have the scientific proof today that every function, everything in this whole universe is divine. Name that divinity what you will. The greatest name is the word God. Why? We can show you today that that word vibrates at the rate of 186 billion beats a second. And we know people capable of intoning that word. But the beauty of it is, the moment that you realize that vibration, you are that vibration every time. Now, it is established in every form. It isn't just your form or the form of anybody else. It is established in everything. And were it not for that divinity, we are proving today that we couldn't take a photograph. There wouldn't be a form in this room that we could photograph today if it were not for that divinity. Now we have absolute proof of that. Then why say that I am not divine? You just leave the not out of that and see what difference it will make. I am divine. And there's the truth about yourself. The untruth is I am not divine. The truth is I am divine. Complete the saying and carry right through. God, I am. We make those statements for the very reason that we know today. You have been told that, yes, but what someone else tells you, you may take with a grain of salt, or you may say, well, perhaps that person doesn't know. But today we know, through experiment in photography and high magnification, that we can take any person and ask him to sit before this camera under high magnification, and it will show that divinity every time. A little comment here. I have heard people say, God damn. Well, I just changed that, and in my mind I say they're saying, God I am, God I am, God I am. I have a big letters in my room that says, God I am.